So now we can go down. We could deploy it with the script if we want to, but we will just click on create, and I will show you later how we can deploy with Terraform or Pulumi as a script. You can see we have deployment in progress at the top here. So now we are creating our first resource in our resource group called Nick, something like that, developer Nick, which I already told you just to emphasize that this could be a different name. For example, the application that we're working on, application A, application B, or backend application, and so on. It looks like the deployment is still working. So if we go up here, we can see there's a notification. I encourage you to do this thing along as you are watching this video in order to get your hands a little bit more dirtier and get familiar with the concepts. That way you will learn something much better than order to just see what I'm doing here on the screen. We do see that the deployment is now succeeded, which means we can go to this resource. We can even pin it to the dashboard. Remember I talked about seeing things on the dashboard, try to pin it. Here you can see the one we talked about earlier in the beginning of the video where we had a custom dashboard. So we can have a shared or we can have a private. Shared are across other people who log in, and private can be like my dashboard. I can give it a different name, or we can create a new dashboard. For like example, that could be developer go to, which means that's go to developer stuff that I like to see, create it and pin. And now the resource should be pinned into our own dashboard. Now we can go to the resource. Here you can see it says test app for YouTube purposes. It's running. It's located in Norway. It's using the free version, so we are not any problems with payment or something like that. You can see the tag here is environment development. I'm wondering what would happen if we have multiple tags, if it would show it up here, or if it would be like a list. You can see edit here. You probably see all of the tags here as well. You can see the GitHub project is connected here. So if we click open link in new tab, we will see it here. You see there are not many things here other than the test file that we created. But you see that says now GitHub workflows, which means that it's actually hooked up to our GitHub. Main test app for YouTube purposes, a YAML file. Okay, this is interesting because you can see that we can have name, build and deploy ASP.NET Core app, which is the one we created because this is a web app. This is a YAML file in order to deal with Azure DevOps stuff. See, it says on, push, branches, main, workflow, dispatch, jobs, build, Ubuntu latest. And this is also something that are different from an ARM template, from a Pulumi template, from a Terraform script template. This is called a YAML file, which are used across different functionalities or environments. But this is something that you can actually use in something called Azure DevOps. So if you go to something called Azure DevOps, which are a little bit different from the portal Azure, let's just go for start free. We should be able to see that we are logged in, get started. Let's do Norway. This is coming up only one time. We need to CJV4 SWS. Oops. Central US, no, we want it to be in North Europe. You see here it says NM709. Let's do just NM009, that's fine. SJW4, SJW4, SWS. You can say like one dev consultancy, just for example here. Challenge validation failed. Let's see if we can make it work. SN G Q. That should work. Let's do continue. Okay, taking you to your Azure DevOps organization with the custom name that we created, which was OneDev Consultancy as testing purposes.